students, so today we're going to go ahead and get started with our reading. The title of today's chapter is The Sword of Damocles. The Sword of Damocles is a legend, and we have already discussed what we know about kings and swords, and we have already discussed what is a legend because we have discussed legends before as well. So we are going to go ahead and move into our small group reading. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start the timer because we have 15 minutes for this section, which should be enough because it's not a long story. All right, so I went ahead and posted some questions around the room, so maybe you have noticed them. So I have put 5 posters because there are 5 questions. So today we are going to do a reading in small groups. So each group will have one question that they need to focus on during our reading, okay? So there is a poster over here by this word wall. There is a poster over here by the lockers. There is a poster over here by the door. There is a poster by these cabinets over here. And then we have this poster, can't really see it too much because it's kind of on the shelf, but it will give you a better surface to read on. So now we know where the posters are. So let me go ahead and read you the questions that are on every poster. And let me go ahead and tell you the groups that you will be in. So we are already in our groups. These are the groups that we usually work with. So group number 1 is table 1. You will be working on question number 1, which is what are the key vocabulary words in the Sword of Damocles? You are going to list the words and you're going to list their definitions. All right, table 1? So you're going to look at the bold words, and then when it comes time, all of the groups, not just group 1, but when it comes time, all of the groups will get an opportunity to stand up, go to their poster, and answer their specific question, okay? This will be after the reading. So group number 2, you guys are gonna have question 2. What did Damocles do when he was king for a day? So we're gonna have a character in our story today that is going to be king for a day. So you guys need to pay attention to that part of the story. What does he do? Okay? Group 3. So you guys are going to do poster 3, which is right here. What did Dionysius say about the threat of the sword dangling over Damocles' head? So we don't know yet about that sword, but there will be a sword dangling. Okay, dangling means kind of like hanging over him. So over somebody's head. So you guys need to pay attention to that part of the story. And then we have group number 4 over there. Your question is, do you think Damocles still envies Dionysius? So we are going to have 2 characters. One is envious of the other. We have already reviewed the word envy, which we will review one more time. But does that character still envy the other one? Why or why not? And then lastly, group number 5, your question is, what is the moral of this chapter? And we have talked about moral. Somebody raise their hand and tell us what is moral. Who remembers what is moral? Okay, Mateo, go ahead.
It like means what you learn, kind of.
What you learn from the story. So remember we've talked about Pinocchio, right? So let me go ahead and choose my popsicle sticks. And somebody tell me what is the moral, what is the theme? Another word for moral is theme. Okay, Rodrigo, what does Pinocchio learn in his adventure?
To not lie.
Okay, yeah, to not lie. So this story is also going to have a moral. So we need to pay attention. Well, group number 5 is going to pay attention to what is that moral. Okay, let's check our time. We got 10 minutes. All right. So everybody already has their Chromebook open. We have already located the chapter. Everybody is on the first page, and we are ready to begin reading. All right, everybody, let's read the title of the chapter together as a class. Ready? The Sword of Damocles. Thank you. Okay, this report is given by a student from Mrs. Teachwell's class, from whom we have not heard yet. So we have heard from various students. We have heard from Mrs. Teachwell. Okay, this is our student who is presenting today. So let me get my popsicle sticks. Eileen, what is the name of the student who is presenting the report today? Dave, what? Dave King. So it's kind of like funny that his name is Dave King. Why is it kind of funny that he's the one presenting about this story? Why is that funny, Alexia?
Because his name has King. You're talking about a king.
Yeah, so his last name is King, and this story seems like it's going to be about a king. All right, awesome. Before we move on, remember that I did say that we're going to review the word envy. Who remembers what the word envy means? We saw it in our vocabulary word earlier. Okay, let's see. Let's use the popsicles. Okay, Adon, can you tell us what envy means or what we see in this picture right here?
Like that someone has something and the other one doesn't.
Yeah, so how does it make that person feel, the one that doesn't have it?
Jealous.
Mad, okay.
Jealous.
Mad, jealous. Okay, that's a good synonym for the word envy. All right, so today, one character is going to be envious of the other. So he is going to be, the word that we're going to see in the chapter is not really envy, but it's envy, okay? Which is, a form of using the word envy. All right, so now you know who your group is. Now you know what question you're supposed to be focusing on. Okay, now we're actually going to start reading the chapter. So everybody should be on page 82. We're going to read page 82 and 83 with your group. While you are reading, I want you to think about this question. Who were Damocles and Dionysius, and what did Damocles want? All right, one person from your group, please start reading to the rest of the group.
What did you get?
2 pages. So somebody to answer, who were our 2 characters? Who were Damocles and Dionysius? And specifically, what did Damocles want? What did he want? Okay, Mateo?
Damocles wants that wants the wants what the other man had.
Okay, so he was envious, right? So Damocles wanted, why was he envious of his friend? So they were friends, but why was he envious of him? Let me choose somebody else. Natalie.
Because he was rich.
He was rich and he was the king. He was the king, so he had all this power, right? And his friend Damocles was envious of him. All right, now let's look at the image and caption on page 82, which is what we see here. So we know that Dionysius, the king, is the bearded figure. Damocles is standing right next to him. Okay, so in the story, Dionysius tells Damocles that he can be king for one day to see if he likes it or not, right? Okay, what do you think he will do when he is king? Someone, what do you think he will do when he is king? What is your prediction?
He would get all the power that he has and control everything to his way.
Okay, so maybe he will, say, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. I have the power, so let me do what I want to do. All right, that's a good prediction. All right, now everybody should be on page 84 and 85. These are the last 2 pages of our story. Okay, you are going to read it with your group, and this is a question you have to think about. What did Damocles do when he was king for a day? Go ahead and get started. Read.
When the day came, Damocles ordered servants to clean pine roads. He had set up a great banquet of fruit. He ordered expensive wine and fine music. He had bags that he was the happiest man in the world. Then he looked up. He read and fear above his head when the horses rattled and held up his hands and the horses' hair. Damocles could not speak. He could not eat. He could not drink. He could not eat. What is the matter, my friend? Asked how can I possess my life with that sword hanging above me? Damocles asked. How indeed, answered Dionysus. Now you know how it feels to be king. That sword hangs over my head every minute, every day. There is always the chance speak will break. That advisor may turn me, and enemies find me captive. In my kingdom, and not twice sensation that breaks my downfall. You see my strength and power consider. You know how I got a billion sides here. I got a billion
Alright, hola, hola. Hola, hola. Okay, I want to give a quick name point to Genesis and to Daniela and Diaz because they were really on task. They were looking at Daniela Velar. They were reading together. They were very focused. Thank you to those girls. All right, so now let's discuss what we read. So let me choose somebody to answer this question. What did Damocles do when he was actually king for the day? Angel Garcia, what did he do?
He ordered servants to bring him fine robes.
Okay. Robes, other things. What else did he ask them to bring?
Food.
Food. Okay, so all of the stuff that he envied from the king, he was getting, right? Okay, now let's look at the image, which is right here on page 85. What's Damocles enjoy all of the king's luxuries. So look at his expression. Is he enjoying everything that he thought he wanted? Andrea? Is he enjoying, the question is, was Damocles able to enjoy all of the king's luxuries? And if we look at this picture, does it look like he's enjoying himself?
No.
No. Why is he not enjoying himself? What did he realize?
There's a sword.
Andrea?
There's a sword.
Okay, where is the sword?
Up.
It's at the top.
Above.
Okay. All right, Genesis, it looks like you really want to answer.
That the sword is dangling at the top of
Yeah, it's dangling on top, and that is our time, guys. Okay, it's dangling at the top. Why is it there? Why is it there? Samuel, what do you think?
Like to see like how much power does he have?
Okay, it does have to do with his power. So Dionysus, what does he say about the threat of the sword? Why is the sword there? What does it represent? Lisbeth?
It's like to represent that it's mean that like if you be mean to them, something can happen.
So, but it's pointing to him. It's not pointing to somebody else that would be mean to him. Alexia, what do you think?
Sometimes because he's a king, people might get angry at him and they can kill him.
They could betray him. So whenever somebody has so much power, he is at risk of being betrayed by advisors, by people close to him that they are his fans. Okay, so nowadays, if someone faces an unknown threat, so something that you didn't know was there, we sometimes say that he has the sword of Damocles hanging over him. So that's kind of like the moral of the story. That's, what the lesson was. So last question, do you think Damocles still envies Dionysius, yes or no? Does he still envy him, yes or no? And let me get Angel Chavez. Do you think that he is still envious of him? Is he still jealous of the king? Why not? So he is now the king, but did he have a good time being the king? No. Okay. He realized that there is negative things that come with having all this power. All right, and when we continue with the next part,